Love.
Fine. Certainly I can tell you what
Love.
pie is. All the components have to be of the same high quality and properly balanced. What we call sound.
Most modern humans live in stationary habitations, like houses and apartments. But our species got its start as nomadic hunter-gatherers. Around the world, there are still groups which hold on to some of their nomadic traditions, such as the Mongols or the Bedouin people. We also have nomads right here in North America. Many indigenous cultures are originally nomadic. But since the advent of the bus, the van, and the sports utility vehicle, a newer form of nomad has arisen. We're headed to an event called Northwest Nomads in Central Oregon to explore the wide open and learn about the lifestyle of those Americans who have taken to a permanent life on the road. Hi there, folks. I'm Keegan Van Hook, and this is Us As We Are.
This is a new dimension in sound. This is
Love.
my. As the record plays,
Love.
my.
Oh yeah, how about you just go ahead and introduce yourselves to start and tell me where we are right now.
Okay, well, we're at Northwest Nomads. My name is Jordan. This is Ashley. Northwest Nomads is a gathering created to bring the community together in a safe and welcoming atmosphere.
Life on the road isn't always easy. It's not always what you see on Instagram. So I feel like our motivation and inspiration creating this event is celebrating all the highs and lows of what living on the road is.
Just mainly a family and community driven event.
Sometimes I write something, I'm not sure what they're about until I'm sitting there singing them out loud to a crowd.
Hey, what's up, guys? Pretty good. How about you? Good. All right, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me about what you do, who you are.
I'm Chris. My wife's Francesca. I'm from Indiana. She's from Italy. We travel with our dog full time. The experience has been endless adventure, really. We've had some of the best times that we've had, so far traveling in these 5 months. So I think it's definitely where we should be. The van, it was all original when I bought it. Me and my wife kind of had this vision. We didn't really put ourselves on a budget or anything. We were just like, this is what we want. There's a few things that we need, like a freezer, the fridge. It's really what we wanted, and so that's what we built around. We knew we wanted a big bed because our dog always gets up in bed with us. Yeah, I have a little bit of construction experience, so it was nice.
I want this design, and he was like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
And he made it happen.
Yeah, for you, I'm sure it's a really cool way to kind of start experiencing a whole lot of America, just traveling.
At first I came when I was super young just for an exchange program, and I was in his school, so we met, and I never thought I would move away from my family because Italy is very family oriented, but I was like, it's worth it. We didn't want to break up, and it just worked out this way.
Wow. He wants to get in on the interview. Hi.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
His name's Kodiak.
Kodiak.
Yep, we call him Cody.
Hi, what's up, Cody?
Yes, that's our baby for now.
My name's Keegan. I do a show for Southern Oregon PBS called Us As We Are, where we just come to things like this and talk to people of different subcultures and stuff. So this is the van life bus dweller kind of episode.
Yeah, man.
This is a really cool bus. Do you want to do an interview with us and talk about it? Talk about your lifestyle and how you got into it and stuff? I'll hop up in there. I actually love this setup, dude. This is really cool.
Yeah,
I love your stove. That is so cool. I didn't know they even made stoves that small.
Yeah, it's a cubic mini. I didn't build this. I was gonna do a van, and instead of just jumping into a build, I kind of did some research and found a van that was for sale up in Boston. I was living on the East Coast at the time. Met the guy. He let me rent his van for like $150 a night. Got in it and was like, nah, I mean, it's just too small. I tried to take a shower and I just kind of couldn't fit. I was looking at this bus on RV Trader, and I was looking for months for all these different things. Saw this bus and saved it as like one of my favorites. I blew a fuse in that guy's van, and I had to go and buy a new fuse. And this bus just happened to be in the parking lot of an auto body shop. Turns out it was the bus, and looked inside the window, like in the side door here, and fell in love, and that was it.
Nice.
I just got on the road right away. Her name is Bertha because she came to me named Bertha, and I was adopting her, and I thought it was only responsible of me to spare her the trauma of having her renamed and rehomed. So I kept her name. My name is Brandon Hamshin. I'm an electrical engineer. I work for Johns Hopkins University, and I work for a branch it's called the Applied Physics Lab. We transition technology from like basic research to applicable to actual problems in industry. You see people living like this, walking around without any shoes or socks on, and you never know who they actually are. And I think that's one of the unfortunate things that that assumptions are made about the people that live this way. They perhaps are far more educated and articulate and insightful than the people that often want to push them and marginalize them.
What are some of the coolest adventures you've gone on?
That's a question that I often get, and it's not so much about the adventure. It's not the it's not the destination. It almost never is. It's this. It's when you engage and connect with people. This is obviously what that's designed for, what this event's designed for. It's designed for hanging out with people that are like-minded.
There's like a community behind this nomad lifestyle.
Most definitely, yeah. I was kind of doing the van thing in the early 2000s, and then I found a community in it that I didn't even know it was there, and it honestly kind of changed the course of my life because, you live in a house, and, I don't know how many people, you see your neighbor, but you're there, but you don't really get that community vibe. And when you come here, I mean, you get a sense of community that I have not found anywhere else.
We never really know how this is going to turn out exactly. If people are going to show up to yoga or our potlucks or workshops.
We can lay like the framework and the foundation for things, but at the end of the day, the community and the people that come in here is what creates that vibe. Ashley and I put our heart and soul into Northwest Nomads, and seeing the appreciation and that people resonate with what we are trying to create, it means the world.
Another person to interview is Serendipity Bus. I think he's been in the life for about 6 or 8 years. He's the person I look up to as like how it should be.
Tell me what you do.
You bet. I'm Sam. I live in this school bus, and I'm just a traveling nomad. I just love being able to be somewhere for a couple months, especially during the best time of year, and then go when the seasons change. When I came along this bus, I figured that's got to be my new home. So that was actually about 7 years ago, and I've been traveling in it ever since, all around the Northwest and all the way down to Arizona and Montana and Oregon, Washington. So this is a 1977 school bus, but this is a 1997 Ford F-350 motor and transmission, and pretty soon it's going to be 4-wheel drive as well. Traveling in the bus has just brought me like all kinds of opportunities that I never realized I would have, and that's been really serendipitous. And even like sometimes if I'm broken down on the side of the road, I'll meet somebody new who's willing to help, or the person who lives at that house that I had to pull over, and that just turns into a great connection. And those are the things you really can't plan for, and those are the serendipity moments. And then my wolf, I actually had this since I was a kid. And then I mounted it here on the hood so that I would always have it like howling at the road ahead of me.
I hiked the Appalachian Trail, and I didn't have anywhere to go. And then it's hard to get back into homesteading after living in the woods for 6 months. So I bought a truck and worked at Amazon to get back on my feet. I saw all these different rigs, and the schooling made more sense for me and my dog with the width and the affordability. My name's Katie Doan, and I live in this short school bus full-time. I have a big girl job. I do an accounting gig that's fully remote.
You call this a schoolie?
Yes, sorry. Short school bus, we all call them schoolies.
I understand there's 2 dogs in here who are probably about to say hello.
Yes.
Oh, what is your name?
This is Shorty.
Shorty.
Round.
And then...
And Indy. We did Indiana Jones theme, so Indiana and short round.
No, I love what you've done with the interior here.
Oh, thank you.
It's very cohesive in its style.
So I met a couple that built out short school buses, and they actually traded me this for my truck, and they agreed to build it somewhat custom for me. I love that you can have a different backyard everywhere you go. I've been looking for my forever home for the past 4 years, but it's neat to have this whole United States as a canvas to choose from.
I'm from here in Oregon, and we actually met on the road in Arizona. So like it feels right to us. To be honest, if I had a big old house, I probably wouldn't even know what to do with it. We try to chase the sunshine around a little bit, but I mean, we know plenty of people that stick around for the winter, do snowboarding and all that, chase some hot springs here and there. There's a few spots that we know that you can just literally open your back door and the river's right there, and there's a quarter-mile hike and you're to a hot springs and you're in the forest.
You have the choice and option to be wherever you want to be, whenever you want to be there.
Oh, this is amazing. This is a really nice conversion.
Come in. Sorry, Eliza's toys will be various places.
You kind of expect to trip up on a few toys and things. But yeah, welcome to our little home on wheels. My name is Kate. I'm a full-time mum and on the road housewife, I guess. I was trained in beauty therapy back in England, but since being here, kind of gave that up to live a nomadic life.
I'm Aaron. I was in the military for many years. Retired in 2016. We wanted to have a little bit more freedom, so in 21 we decided that we'd move into the bus after renovating it fully in a house, and we haven't looked back. We're loving it.
And who's the little one here?
This is Eliza. And she's two. And she was born on the road. Children only need very few things.
They don't need a lot of space.
No.
Or things, items. She loves playing. You'll see that she's dirty because she's been out playing with sticks and living life, having fun and making friends and playing with Barbies, and she loves it.
Bus bunny called Bunny. Eliza chose, when you live in a small space, you need things to be movable and multi-purpose. So we've got lift-up storage under the couch, bathroom, shower.
Is it it's a all-in-one, like it's kind of a shower, the whole room is a shower? And...
Yes. So we didn't go for composting toilet. We just went for a flushable.
This is actually a king-size bed.
And it's great because Eliza does co-sleep with us. The one thing I think we maybe miss out on are school groups or, preschool, that kind of thing for her, which is why things like this, we love catching up with other families, letting her play and meet people of her age. But yeah, homeschool, I think, initially. We'll see how clever she is and how much we can do.
Can you wave at me?
Say hello.
Beanie. What's your name? Beanie, is that what they said? Oh,
Sir,
you are
Finny
cute.
is heart bottom. Finny.
Finny.
My name's Joe Bacon. We downsized slowly, and eventually we realized that we need to just sell our house, cut the cord, and we hit the road. And we've been on the road for 4 years. My wife likes to cook and entertain, and we realized that in order to do that, we needed a bigger vehicle. So we picked up the box van, added the toolboxes and the windows and the build on the inside. We're still in the process of building it, so we have all of the build material with us. It's actually fuller than it probably would be if we were done building it, so in a little bit more cramped, but it's livable. Depending on where you put the windows is kind of how the layout is dictated. We tried it out in various forms. We would do excursions. We went up the coast all the way to Canada and back. And we're like, it would be really nice if we could just keep going.
What are you cooking?
This is a tri-tip.
Wonderful.
And then I just threw together some fried rice over here.
I like the countertop too, just like stainless steel or just, what do you got?
It's actually aluminum,
Oh, okay.
and this was the panel that the side door slid into. And it just took up so much real estate inside and out that I hinged the door, and then we were able to take the panel and turn it into the countertop. So it's all a work in progress. It's functioning right now, but definitely still in the build process.
Sure, yeah. You can taste all 3 of the tips on that one. That's fantastic.
Tri-tip.
Yes, indeed.
Delicious.
Picking through
Really, really
a penny jar. Get some gas into my car. Popping pills, pay the bill.
We are here doing this because we're seeking some more community and a lot more people that are like us doing the same thing. So
For sure, community and just nature.
Nice.
These views.
Yeah, I mean, out here in Oregon, you can't find any shortage of amazing views.
This is Fort Rock. Now, contrary to some popular misconceptions, it was never actually used as a fort. What it is a tuff ring, a type of geologic formation caused by underwater volcanic activity.
We took a break from the Nomads camp to explore some of the special landmarks surrounding Fort Rock.
All right, we got a big roadblock here. I think we can pick our way around it, but we're gonna have to get out and scout the ground.
This is the tallest western juniper in the entire state of Oregon. It's 68 feet tall, which as far as trees in Oregon in general are concerned, isn't especially tall, but for a juniper, it's enormous. So, I don't know which direction goes deeper. What? Okay, that might be the steel door that they put the supplies behind. We're here in Derrick Cave. It's a big empty lava tube, and during World War II, people planned to use this place as an air raid shelter if the Japanese started bombing the West Coast. After that didn't happen, in 1963, it was designated as a nuclear fallout shelter, and food and supplies for up to 1,200 people were stored behind a locked steel door right here. Try to imagine hiding in this cave, knowing that there's a nuclear war going on outside. In the 1960s, as NASA was preparing to attempt the moon landing, they wanted to know whether caves on the moon could be detected from high altitude using gravimetric instruments. To that end, tests were conducted in this area using Derrick Cave as a target. We are arriving at Crack in the Ground. So I think maybe the more official term for it would be a volcanic fissure. And I guess there are, or were, a lot of these all over the place, but most of them would have just been filled in with sediment, rocks, things like that. Behind me is the Lost Forest. It's a bit of an ecological anomaly given that it's separated from the nearest forested area by about 40 miles of very arid land. Scientists believe that this was once part of a much larger forest, and that the sandy soil of this area is part of what has allowed this unique stand of ponderosa pine to continue to thrive. This is the largest system of inland shifting sand dunes in the entire Pacific Northwest. They're the Christmas Valley sand dunes, and they're composed of ash and pumice from the same volcanic eruption that created Crater Lake.
Astrovan Jesus. I remember this song. This is like my old playlist from the days when I lived in a van. It's gonna really haunt me in this episode that I don't have hardly any images or video from that time, because there was no time in my life where I have taken less pictures or less videos than the time when I lived in a van.
Jesus drives an Astro van.
My attempt at a nomad lifestyle was unsuccessful because I wasn't prepared for the number of challenges that came with it, leaving me with little headspace to focus on my creativity. One of many reasons I returned to stationary living. Remembering my own experience, I was curious what these more prepared nomads thought was most challenging about their lifestyle.
What are some of the challenges you guys face while you're out there?
Depending where you're at, places to park, and obviously on BLM, you got your 2-week limits and stuff like that, and you move, and, You know, you're kind of always on the move. But, you know, if you need a break, you take a break. Find a nice campground, paid campground, or get a hotel for the weekend, or whatever it is. You know, you figure it out, you know, but it's living more intentionally.
Living in a small space like this is a little challenging, but it's also got its perks. It's nice to have everything with you at any time you need.
You know, it's funny, it's only like 180 square feet and I lose stuff daily. Things are always moving, weather, things like finding a vet or a doctor, stuff like that. But it's part of the trade-off. I think it's worth it than paying so much for rent and being stuck in one place.
The social groups is where we struggle at. Areas like this are wonderful, but there are few of them. We are lucky because of military background. I know people in almost everywhere, and they have kids about her same age, so we can visit families and such. But if you are out and about and have little ones, finding a peer group for them is very important.
Well, the thing about these things is they're designed to be fleet maintained. So, you know, every couple hundred hours or less, they're going into a maintenance cycle and getting everything checked. And after they hit a certain number of miles, then they get sold off at auction, and people do stuff like this. It's always just a matter of time till something breaks, till you are stuck on the side of a highway. But the upside to it is, you know, you're in your house.
Had a head gasket blow in it, cost us $7,000 to fix, but we don't have an electricity bill. We don't have a water bill. We don't have a house payment, a mortgage, a rent.
What do you guys do for work on the road? Like when you need money, how do you make money?
For now, we started with a work camping position. We stay at a resort up in Washington on the Hood Canal, and we work for about 25, 30 hours a week, just doing housekeeping mostly in a motel, and then they have a trail that we go out and we make the trail, you know, a little more better and trim stuff. Other than that, we really don't do much. I mean, I do some construction.
So I've worked as a mountain climbing guide, snowmobile guide. This last spring I was working at an outdoor school, so I was doing educational lessons on geology and forestry and aquatic entomology, all kinds of stuff. So just all sorts of things. And then on the off season, or when I'm just kind of traveling, I like to have something I can take with me. So this is all scrap copper wire that actually started as leftovers from my build, and then I started to just kind of twist and bend it, and now I've created all kinds of great trees and utensils and all the like. I mean, I just like to create things that come to my mind and turn them into reality. So
I retired from the military in 2016, worked for the federal government in Salt Lake City until 21, finished that. While doing that, we renovated a house in Layton, Utah. We sold it for a considerable profit. We also own a home in England, where Kate came from. We rent it out. So we're able to do this on, I guess what you'd say, a bit of a shoestring now. Figuring out where you're going to get water all the time. We have 100 gallons of water. It lasts us quite a while, but you're always on that search. And where's the next pretty place? I think that's the best stressful thing. Where's the next pretty place you're going to find?
I guess just for a lot of people, I think they get hung up on how can you live this life? It's so crazy. It's really not that different. And I started doing it obviously because I didn't have anywhere to live, but also sustainably to save money. And the community is really, really wonderful.
I think people don't see the beauty and the togetherness this community can provide to a group of people that need it. And instead, you know, they see people that they think are pooping in the woods and, you know, dumping trash everywhere, and it's just not the way that it is. But I think it happens quite a bit. Like, you see somebody, you probably saw a guy out here, it's actually Sam, Serendipity. He's got dreadlocks, and you would think that maybe he's just some kind of derelict, but he's not. I mean, he's like a very intelligent, insightful, caring person. Not only does he care about people, but he cares about the environment. He's got a degree in forestry from a great university in Oregon. And these are the people that are in this community.
We definitely relate more to homeless people now, but we're not homeless, we're houseless. We don't have a house like a typical stick and mortar, I guess is what they say.
Sometimes it is difficult to find a place to park, especially...
Oregon coast is very difficult to find.
And we understand. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't pack in and pack out. They don't take care of their space, unfortunately.
If you stay in one spot for too long, more people will wonder what you're doing there. But I also have found some great opportunities where you just ask somebody if like you can camp, at their property, and they're down with it. They think it's rad.
When folks see people gathered in buses or vans or cars, they could be a problem, but it may also be that there is no problem. Just consider that as an option. It could be just people that choose not to live in a house, just different. Nothing wrong with it.
We want to shed some light on the community in a positive way, because we all travel, we all, we stay on BLM, we use the land. It's great because you see how many people are out here. Everybody's got a smiling face. There's no problems.
It takes a team to do this.
Absolutely.
It's not just us and our musicians, our workshop hosts.
And we would not be able to do this without them. We couldn't do it without the community, really.
That's been really nice. You don't feel like an outsider. You do feel like it is a big family.
I think that the van life is definitely a way of the future. I mean, people definitely got to be mobile, got to be able to travel and have that freedom, but also be able to be ready to, escape the elements and not have to worry about their home being lost to a fire or natural disaster.
If I wasn't living this way now, I don't know where I would be. It's a sense of belonging and happiness that you can't find everywhere.
Really good to meet you. Thank you for talking to me. I appreciate the time. Thanks for inviting us into your bedroom for an interview. I super appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Brandon, thanks for inviting us
Go
in.
see my friend Sam.
We will,
He makes
100%.
these trees. They're beautiful.
Really good to meet both of you. Thanks for inviting us inside. Very cool rig. Thanks for talking to me and letting me in here, showing me around. Super appreciate it.
Asking, this is fun.
Awesome. Really good to meet you guys. Enjoy the rest of the festival. This is us as we are.
Are there more?